Hello and welcome to liferayforyou.com. In my previous tutorial, I have told you how we can configure JRebel with Liferay so that there is no need to say run an as build. You just need to click over here and go into the project that you want to configure, and then that will be all. It will get activated, and you just need to restart the server. So in this tutorial, I'm going to tell you how we can work with the form and how we are going to submit the form, and then how we are going to forward the control to another JSP so that we can show a success method that your action has been performed, your values have been submitted into the database and all those stuff. So for that, what I need to do is I need to declare a form over here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use Liferay UI taglib. So I'm gonna put up Liferay form, I'm gonna insert it. So this form is available in liferay.com/tld/AUI and prefix will be AUI. So if you see the structure over here, this TLD is available over here in this AUI TLD. So I'm gonna put up this form. I'm gonna say method will be my post method, and then I'm gonna put up action, which will be our action variable that we have created earlier. So I'm gonna put up action URL var, and then CSS class we don't need name also right now. Portlet namespace we don't need anything, we don't need. So we will be requiring over here an input field. Host type will be text field we are basically looking for. So we are gonna put up a text field and we are gonna put up a title to it, which will be name. So and the type will be text. Also name will be name. Let's say name, or let's say student name, and that's it. Save. Also I'm gonna need an submit button which will be used for submitting this. Then let's say submit. Title we will not require over here. We will say submit will be the type, and value will be submitted. Okay, as I told you, I'll be using JRebel in my coming tutorials, so there will be no need to say run as and will, and the whole changes will be reflected as it is on the front end. So see, the values are being reflected over here. It is taking a student name and it has put it up a student name over here. So this will be the you can see label over here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put up some values over here. Let's say sample name, and then I'm going to submit it. So once I submit it, it will go to the action method sample over here in my controller method. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it out. Let's say string student name is equals to action request dot get parameter, and then we need to pass the name over here. So I'm gonna just copy it down from over here and I'm going to put it up over here. Then let's say this is out it. So student name. So this will be our parameter. Okay, now we just need to go back to the page, and then it will see I made a change in my class file, so it is making the changes in the class file. So this has been loaded over here. I'm gonna put up sample name parameter, and then I'm going to submit it. See, the sample name parameter has been carried over here, it has been cached over here. This is how we do it in normal JSP servlet also, but on the top of this thing, what Liferay has done is it has given us a class known as paramutil class. So what this class does is it will paramutil dot get, let's say string, because we are having an object of a string that will be we are fetching. So if you see the methods available over here, those are get a string, get normal, which will be returning an object, get boolean will be there, get date is there, get double values is there, and then the get float is over there, get integer is there, the get long, get number, get parameter values is there. So what you need to do is, whether if you are let's say taking an integer value from the parameters, and then you need to convert it using integer dot parseInt and all those stuff, you need not to do those. What you need to do is, you just need to call a method from over here, string get, and then you need to pass the request object, which would be action request object in this case, and then you need to pass the name of the parameter, which will be student name in this case. So let us pass this, and then I'm gonna say like this, and it will be like this. One more constructor for get string is available over here, which says get string and the default values. If a user is not putting up anything in this thing, then it will be assigning this default value into the string over here. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm just going to put up this request again. My do view will be called. This will be calling this JSP. Then I'm going to put up and nothing over here, and then just I'm going to submit it. So what it will do is, it must print this default value. Okay, there is something wrong that I have done. Something wrong which is not printing. Maybe in case of null only it will be printing out. So this is it. This is how we do it. So there is this success method being printed every time whenever I'm going to print out this thing. So let's say right now what we are going to do is, we are going to change this JSP, which is being called every time this JSP is being called, which is view.jsp. I just need to call, let's say, success.jsp over here. I'm gonna say new, right click, and JSP file. I'm going to put up success JSP, and then just say finish, and I'm going to put up data has been captured successfully. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm going to put up a method, an object in my request attribute, request action request dot set attribute, and I'm going to say from action is equals to true. Okay, so I'm going to check it out over here. Render request dot get attribute, and I'm going to pass this action. Here you go, and I'm going to put up into some, let's say for now we are going to put up string, from string is equals to this. Okay, so we are going to cast it out as string, and then we are going to check if from a string is not equals to null, and from a string dot equals, let's say true, then we are going to get the portlet context, and from that we are going to get the request dispatcher object, and then we are going to append render and response to this. We are going to say success.jsp. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna call it back. I'm gonna put up a over here. I'm gonna say submit, and then let's say submit. Portlet mode data has been captured over here. Okay, it is calling this 2 times. So what I'm gonna do is, say return here, and this thing goes submit it out, and then data has been captured successfully. So there will be no calling of this JSP. It will be called in case of there is nothing in this format string and all. So one more thing is over there. We need to get rid of this your request has been completed successfully. It has this kind of thing that we not require. So what we will do is we will go to the Liferay Portlet class. We'll copy this down, and in our init parameters, what we are going to do is in the Liferay Portlet.xml file. Oops, it's a little bit slow. So in the init parameters, we are going to put it up. So I'm just putting it up, init param, and I'm gonna say name, and it will be this, and the value will be false. Let's hope it works. So we are going to say A, then we are going to say submit. So it is working fine. So this is how you can capture out the parameters from a JSP, from an action method, and then you can render it out, and corresponding to the values you can pass the values onto a particular JSP. So this is it. This is how we do it. And one more thing what we can do is if you want to send some values from over here or from the action method into our JSP. So what we need to do is we need to set the parameters from set the attributes over here. Let's say render request, or it should be action request dot set attribute, and it will say from action method, and here will be hi, I am from action method, and then just what we need to do is we need to print this out using here, and it will be printed. So it's just like the JSPs and servlets. That's how we are going to do, how we are doing in JSPs and servlets, and then we are going to submit it out, and this is going to be printed over here. So this is how we do it. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'm waiting for your feedback. Thanks a lot. Bye.